Match week 17 and MLS Next Pro makes its way to the Garden State in Montclair, New Jersey as the New York Red Bulls 2 host Atlanta United 2. Welcome inside MSU Soccer Park. I'm Josh Toll. New York Red Bulls 2 come in 6th in the league in scoring with 29 goals on the year. 13 different goal scorers for the Red Bulls this year. That is their strength. Their biggest weakness, though, is their defense, having allowed a league-high 35 goals on the season. Atlanta United 2 winless in their last 4 games, 4th fewest goals scored on the season with 17 goals. Set pieces will be key as they are 7th in the league in corners. Eastern Conference standings, New York Red Bulls in 7th currently. A win tonight and they will be level on points with Crown Legacy hoping to move up to that 5th spot in the standings. For Atlanta United 2 right now in 13th in the standings, a win for them and they will be level on points with New England Revolution 2. 3 games in hand for Atlanta United. New York Red Bulls starting 11 for Ibrahim Sakai in a 4-4-2. 3 changes from the last game. Getting the start tonight, Tanner Rosboro, after getting his first goal last week for this Red Bull side in the loss to Columbus. He'll be linked up with another 16-year-old in Julian Hall to his left. We'll see how those two can play off one another as they try to strike tonight for the Red Bulls. Atlanta United 2, Steve Cook will have his side in a 4-3-3, making 3 changes from last week. Back in the starting lineup, Kareem Tamimi, who has scored in back-to-back games for Atlanta. 5 goals on the season, 1 assist for the 27-year-old. He's going to be key in linking up with Gallardo as well as Carlton off to his left. Our referees for today, Marie Durr, our first assistant, Max Smith, second assistant, Patrick Casey, 4th official is Justin Saporito. Red Bulls, they struggle at home, having only won 1 game at home on the season, looking for their 2nd win on the year. This is the first and only meeting between these two clubs this year. Last year they met twice. In the first meeting it was a 1-1 draw, and then in the second meeting it was New York Red Bulls taking the win by a score of 4-2. Ibrahim Kasule with a goal in that game, as well as Nick Firmino. Kasule will be coming off the bench tonight for the Red Bulls, as will be Firmino. New York Red Bulls 2 in their home reds. Meanwhile, Atlanta United in the sky blue kits. We are underway from MSU Soccer Park in Montclair, New Jersey. Thrilled you can join us here, and we will restart. And going over the top will be Atlanta, and they will just give this ball right to the keeper and Aiden Stokes. Different looking lineup tonight for Red Bulls 2. Mentioned the 2 16-year-olds up top getting the start. Talking to Steve Cook about the Red Bulls. Knows that they'll have to be able to match their work rate when we receive the ball. Must play the ball out quickly, break lines going forward. If can't break the lines, they'll need to be able to secure the ball and switch sides. First opportunity here on a free kick for Rafael Mosquera. Mosquera just got his loan extended through the end of the season on loan from Panamanian Football Club, Plaza Amador. He'll set up with the left foot. Mosquera plays it into the spot. The volley is going to go up and over by Tanner Rosboro. Aiden O'Connor was right there, but he ducked out of the way, the center back for New York. I wonder if he might have thought he was offside or just maybe was blinded by the sun as it is setting here in Montclair, New Jersey. Gutierrez will head it away for the Red Bulls. Right to the pathway of Serwada. Serwada gets it back from Dembele. This will take a deflection. We'll have a throw for the Red Bulls. Malik Dembele coming into the game with back-to-back games with an assist. He has 4 goal contributions in his last 5 appearances for the Red Bulls. Red Bulls without their leading scorer, Enrolled Mitchell, leads the team with 8 goals, led MLS Next Pro, and through about mid-May before he was overtaken. He's been out since he scored 4 goals in a game against Chicago. Actually scored those 4 goals in the first half. Hall, he'll give it over. Gets it on the return pass. The 16-year-old plays it into the area. This will go over everyone. Mosquera and Rosboro were in the area there for the New York Red Bulls. His second straight start for Atlanta United. Jonathan Ramos, the 6-year-old, 4 saves in the loss to Columbus, excuse me, in the loss to Inter Miami. And he had a couple of really good saves in that game. Didn't allow the 4 goals, but a very confident keeper getting the start tonight once again on the overlapping ball. Torres backs out. Centeno, he'll retreat, plays it inside. Armas, the captain, he'll play it back. Armas, this year's 48th overall draft pick out of Oregon State. All-American as well as All-Pac-12, originally from La Coruna, Spain. Was just married 2 weeks ago. A proud married man now, as we spoke to him earlier this week in our coaches and players call. Centeno playing this back post. Chance off the half volley for Atlanta, but missed touch by Jacob Williams. Atlanta, 1 road win on the season. They do have 2 draws. Mentioned the struggles this year for New York Red Bulls at home with just the 1 win. You look at all the playoff teams on both the Western Conference and Eastern Conference sides, no fewer than 3 wins for any of those teams. Much better team on the road. Carlton with a step over. Steep angle, cuts it across. Williams, ball in, headed up. Mosquera will play it up to Rosboro. Serwada striding forward, Noble Okello right on him. Serwada through the circle, out to Hall. Hall has Rosboro inside. That's where he goes, but not on the same page on the run. Rosboro was weaving out instead of towards the near post. Atlanta United coming off that loss to Inter Miami, finishing up a 3-game road trip here. But talking about that game, Steve Cook said he was disappointed, really have moved on. Scoreline not reflective of what the game was. Gave up 2 late goals, have work to do still. Second half got chippy, but like how the guys stuck up for each other. And he'd be worried a little bit more if they didn't. Said he needs more consistency and needs this team to be playing at a higher level. Atlanta United tonight without Luke Brennan as well as Matt Edwards. Matt Edwards made his MLS debut last night. First team last night playing Real Salt Lake, falling 5-2. Diego Luna in that game for Real Salt Lake, former MLS Next Pro player, had 1 goal and 3 assists. He might be a little bit angry being left off the Olympic roster. Ball taken away by Serwada. Estrella out wide. Dembele with the left, and that's going to be smothered up by the 6-year-old Jonathan Ransom. Ransom with his first save of the game. A nice ball here by Dembele from about 20 yards out. Ransom able to see it clearly. Steve Cook talking about Ransom. 16-year-olds, has all the tools, is comfortable in between the sticks, and is very good, especially 1v1. Confident kid and doesn't look out of place. Really put together, has a consistent attitude and a great personality. Really thriving under goalkeeper coach Louis Sharp. Quamsey getting the start tonight. He will be on a minutes restriction. Last 2 games came on as a sub playing for a total between those two games of 30 minutes. Estrella going over the top, but no one forward for the Red Bulls. Mentioned at the start of the game, Red Bulls have given up 35 goals on the season. Last year, they allowed the third fewest with just 36. Much different defending team this year than what we saw last year in MLS Next Pro. AJ Marcucci was the main goalkeeper last year for the Red Bulls. Started the opening game of the year, got the clean sheet. The majority of the season has been Aiden Stokes getting his 10th start here this evening. Rosboro ahead of everyone, and Ransom able to head it away. Ransom did just enough to keep that away from Rosboro. Another free kick opportunity here coming in the final third for the New York Red Bulls. This Red Bulls side looking for their 7th win of the season. They are a physical team. They are tied for the 2nd most yellow cards on the year with 42. Not afraid to commit a foul. In large part just with how aggressive they are and like to play high up the field. Dembele stands to the left of the ball. And Dembele. This will be played back post. Intended for Curtis Ofori. A little heavy weight on that free kick opportunity by the Red Bulls. Red Bulls, it's really feast or famine for them. 8 times this year they've scored multiple goals in a game. Dembele, Hall out wide. Estrella. He'll retreat, and he'll play back to midfield, and Juan Gutierrez. Gutierrez, a 19-year-old, getting his 14th start of the season. Gutierrez, a player that you're going to want to look out for in the box on set pieces, whether it's a free kick like we just saw or a corner. Does lead the team with 11 headers on the year. Curtis Ofori, the 18-year-old, was the youngest signing in club history at 15 years and 122 days. He'll have the throw in. Long throw. Quasmi able to head it away. Red Bull side, mentioned their style. They are aggressive, high intensity, will high press. You think about other clubs like Man City, Liverpool, Tottenham, LAFC when it comes to MLS clubs. Headed away by Centeno, but only as far as Srawada gets it over Rosboro. Sent away, but finds the feet of Ofori. Srawada out into the channel. Looping ball in, takes deflection to Dembele off the volley and on top of the netting. Well, Malik Dembele, he has been on fire as of late. Nearly had an opportunity here on the near post. Gets it off the volley, but off the top of the netting. Nearly had his 5th goal in his last 6 appearances. I should say his 5th goal contribution. Steven Srawada, the player holding his head at the moment, as our referee, Marie Durr, will take a look. Srawada able to pack off, and we'll be good to go. Both these two teams seen a lot of debuts, 8 in total for New York. Meanwhile, on the other side, for Atlanta United, They've had 14 different players make their Atlanta United 2 debut. Ball played in, intended for Carlton. O'Connor will ush this out of play. O'Connor wearing the captain's armband tonight for the Red Bulls. 12th overall pick out of Virginia. Began his career at Western Michigan. Making his 14th start of the season. Poor giveaway by the Red Bulls in their own end. Copeland Berkeley giving that right back to Atlanta United. Kwasmi. Kwasmi playing it over the top, looking for Eric Centeno. Scooped up, though, by Aiden Stokes. Stokes does have a clean sheet on the season, that coming against New York City FC back on April 10th in the Hudson River Derby. Before charging up. Foul's going to be called against Matias Gallardo of Atlanta. DeBelle, nice slip ball for Rosboro. Rosboro with the opening goal! Home side up, 1-0, and Tanner Rosboro has scored in back-to-back games. Tanner Rosboro gets his first professional goal last week. Beautiful ball by Dembele. Rosboro going right down the spine, slots it in the left corner for the opening goal of the game for New York in the 15th minute. Back-to-back weeks with a goal for Tanner Rosboro. 3 straight games now with an assist for Malik Dembele. Dembele had a near chance on a shot attempt and a beautiful through ball by Dembele to Rosboro. Confidence high for Rosboro. Rosboro earlier this year called into the USA Youth National Team camp for the U16s down in Argentina. Played against Argentina as well as Uruguay. Last year called up for the CONCACAF U15 championship and finding success over the course of these last 2 weeks, providing goals for New York. Centeno whips it in. Great way to start if you're the home side, especially when you've struggled finding wins at home. Hall surveys, elects to take it himself to the end line, crossing, and a corner coming. This portion of the match is brought to you by Hackensack Meridian Health. '70th corner on the season for New York Red Bulls. Rafael Mosquero taking the majority of those corners for New York. We'll set up an inward swinging ball on the far side of the field. Bodies in front for the Red Bulls. Mosquera plays it in. Back post ball punched away. Good job there by the 6-year-old getting to that ball and clearing it away. Red Bulls undefeated on the season when scoring first 5 wins in 3 draws. For Atlanta United, they do have one win when trailing. Long throw in, headed down, sent up by Armas. Sawada looking to push it forward once again. Dembele for Rosboro. Rosboro playing it across. Comes to Ofori. Ofori to the left. Stabbed away by Centeno. Good defensive play by the outside back. Oscara. Hall tripped up, and a free kick coming from a dangerous area here for the New York Red Bulls. This will be just a couple yards outside the 18-yard box. You see Hall tripped up from behind. That's the right call. Now Dembele place the ball down, or he has an assist on the Rosboro goal. 4 assists now for Dembele on the year, trailing only Mohamed Sofo here on the Red Bulls. Sofo with 6 assists on the season. Right-footed ball, looped in. Dembele to midfield. Berkeley, Sawada. Ofori down the line. Too much English on that patch try. Wanted Bento Estrella. Kareem Tamimi has scored in back-to-back games for Atlanta, but it's been a quiet evening so far for the striker. Berkeley pops it into the air. Williams. Poor touch there from Jacob Williams. Berkeley, Rosboro. Sawada. Dembele out wide. Berkeley. The service in. Repelled down by Centeno. Good job right there by Centeno, just stabbing that ball away for Atlanta. And we'll play on. New York Red Bulls thought it was a foul, not going to get it. Centeno to the near side. Gallardo goes in.
Open up your shoulder now. Have to see that.
Talking to Steve Cook about this club here in the halfway point. Really feel like they have been one of the statistically best teams in the wide areas in the league. Biggest issue right now, not scoring goals, creating moments of chaos, and need to turn those. Here's an opportunity for Hall, but stopped on the play. But mishandled there, miscommunication between Ransom and his center back, Caden Moore. Back to what Steve Cook was saying, creating moments of chaos, but they need to turn those expected goals into goals. Great build-up, turned into chances. Need to execute better, but more intent on doing what the ball and good in possession, play out quickly. Foul's going to be called against Dembele as he just went right into the backside of Alan Carlton. Smart play there by Carlton, just gained the position, standing his ground, allowing Dembele to run in and use his force against him. Gallardo comes from a soccer family. His dad, former professional soccer as well as manager. He's former manager of River Plate and most recently Al Ittihad in Saudi Arabia. Just like earlier this week, Carlton with the cross, chopped down. Good job by Aiden O'Connor chopping that pass down. Go back to Matias Gallardo. His dad was also rumored to be a possible candidate a while ago for the Barcelona job, but that was filled. Centeno looking for Tamimi. Tamimi trying to drop that back to Torres. Couldn't get there quick enough. Hard challenge by Gallardo. No foul. Another opportunity for Rosboro, but offside flag is up. Good play there by Crucifori, getting over for the challenge. Crucifori having a solid game to begin, the 18-year-old. Part of the academy system, moving up here to the second team now. Both sides with plenty of teenagers playing into tonight's game. Atlanta United bringing 10 teenagers on this trip. Torres is just selected MLS Next All-Star Game. That'll be on July 23rd in Columbus, Ohio. Also recently called into the USA Youth National Team's U16 camp. Some of those other players making the MLS Next All-Star Game, FC Cincinnati's Steven Chirilla, as well as Kevin Sullivan of Philadelphia, the 14-year-old getting his first professional goal. Gallardo cutting across. The shot with the left deflected aside by Gutierrez. Corner now coming for Atlanta. Nice ball in by Gallardo. Tamimi, one too many touches. Maybe if you can get that to the left foot on that first touch, maybe Gutierrez can't make the block. Atlanta United 7th in MLS Next Pro in corners. This is their 81st of the season. For Nobel Okello in the middle, 6'5", a big target. Also up there, Caden Moore, ball sent in, back post. Going back to those All-Stars by Kevin Sullivan, 14 years old of Philadelphia, gets the game-winning goal last night against New England Revolution 2. Tyson Pierce, another player with St. Louis City 2, that will be playing in that All-Star game on July 23rd. Three wins on the season for Atlanta United. Their last one coming against Huntsville by a score of 3-2. They've also defeated Chattanooga as well as Carolina Core. This portion of the match is brought to you by Tri-State Audi Dealers. Centeno. Armas. Torres has room to work with. Striding up the field is Torres. Plays it out wide. Ball played in, deflected on and in for the opening goal for Atlanta. And we are all equal in the 27th minute as Kareem Tamimi gets his 6th goal of the season. Beautiful ball in and a nice touch by Kareem Tamimi with the right. He has now scored in 3 straight games. Atlanta responds with a goal 12 minutes after Tanner Rosboro put New York on the scoreboard first. How about the players that are scoring in this game? Tanner Rosboro, back-to-back games with a goal, and now Tamimi has scored in 3 straight games. Tamimi leading the team and scoring with 6 goals now on the year. Confidence builder on the road for Atlanta. 18th goal of the season. That's where they struggled scoring. Talking about those final passes, those key passes, this time executing and getting their opening goal in the 27th minute. Chance here for Mosquera. Gets ahead of everyone. Ball loose. And now sent away by Atlanta. Ransom wanted a foul in the box on Mosquera. Ransom has an argument. Ball was right in his chest when he was ran into. Murray Durr saying no foul. As we take a look at this replay, does get to the ball, and then you see Mosquera kick it out of the clutches of Ransom. Both players are right on the play. Sometimes you see those collisions. Of course, Ransom possibly losing his wind. Meanwhile, going over the top, Mosquera, sometimes you'll get that foot planted in between the body and the ball. Serrata, nice little step over there by Serrata, but Armas right there defensively. It's one of the things that Steve Cook talked about, the defensive presence of Armas. Javier Armas, one of the older players as well in this club, 24 years old. Has experience obviously with Oregon State where he played collegiate soccer, but coming over from Spain, played over there as well. Cut across back post, stabbed away. I don't know if Ransom maybe misjudged that because of the sun, but that should have been an easy catch. We have some pushing and shoving. Noble Okello and Estrella having some words. Last week in the game against Inter Miami, things definitely got chippy in that one at the very end. Steve Cook loved how his team, though, supported one another, and each player backing one another up. So we will have a hydration break here in the 30th minute between these two sides. There's Tanner Rosboro for New York Red Bulls in the opening goal in the 15th minute. Kareem Tamimi for Atlanta would follow in the 27th minute. Assists on both goals. Jacob Williams assisting on the Tamimi goal, and Malik Dembele assisting on the Rosboro goal. Other action tonight, Toronto currently up 1-0 over Columbus. Orlando and Carolina Core, that one currently scoreless. FC Cincinnati as well as New York City FC scoreless at the moment. Take a look back at these goals that have been scored here. Aiden O'Connor, a nice ball to Dembele, and then a beautiful slip pass to Rosboro. The 16-year-old has now scored in back-to-back games. Then on the other side, 12 minutes later, ball played out by Torres, finds Williams. Nice cross, and the right foot of Tamimi directs it into the back right corner for the opening goal for Atlanta. 3 straight games for Tamimi with the goal. Back to last night, Vancouver, they've now won 7 in a row with the 2-0 win on the road against Portland. They have been on fire. Mentioned FC Cincinnati currently playing. They're looking for their 5th straight win, taking on NYCFC. Both teams back out on the field. Atlanta's been a better road team this season than home. Meanwhile, it's the opposite as well for New York. 5 wins on the road for the Red Bulls, just the 1 at MSU Soccer Park. Carlton sprinting forward, out wide. Centeno has numbers in the box. Centeno to his right foot, looping ball back post. Williams deflected and out, and this should be a corner for Atlanta. Nice ball across here by Centeno. Finds the chest of Williams. That ball's a little bit lower. Has a great opportunity to connect with Tamimi. Still a nice shot by Williams, earning a corner. Inward swinging ball set up for Atlanta. Armas. Back post into the hands of Stokes. This portion of the match is brought to you by a Hospital for Special Surgery. Estrella in the circle. Dembele, who has an assist on the opening goal. Shawada was looking for Hall. How about Julian Hall, 16 years old, signed with the first team just a couple weeks ago. Second youngest to score in an MLS game, scoring against CF Montreal at 16 years old in 87 days. Freddie Adu, the youngest, at 14 years and 320 days old. Hall does also have a goal here with the second team on the season, scoring against Inter Miami. One of the top-rated players for New York Red Bulls. This path forward very much could be that next star for the first team. You also look at that game that he scored against CF Montreal. He came on as a sub, scored in about 53 seconds on. Dembele, good job. Oh, they're going to call a foul on Dembele. It looked like he nearly won the ball back. Lacing up his shoes is Jacob Williams as we will re-begin play. More surveys. Caden Moore, another youngster on this team, playing his 6th game of the season, making his 5th start. Torres dispossessed of the ball and then commits the foul. Estrella, he'll hold off now, wait for numbers to advance. Lone meeting of the season between these two sides. Last year, first game ending 1-1, and second one 4-2 in favor of the Red Bulls. Atlanta taking a page out of New York's book, making them make a mistake in their defensive third. Dembele flying up the field, has Rosboro. Good job there by Armas, able to get his right foot on the ball. Carlton looking for Tamimi. Tamimi has numbers approaching. Step over from Tamimi. The cross spilled, but covered up by Stokes. Tamimi might have had an opportunity right there, but trying to bring it back to his left foot. Had 3 players near the 6-yard box. He could cross that over. Maybe one of those runners has an opportunity for a chip in. Sharp angle for Tamimi, but confidence high, having scored in 3 straight games. It's great talking to Armis this week in our coach's call, player call. Talking about how he has more free time now that he's not playing for college. Sometimes his days are at 11 to 12, and now he can do whatever he wants. But loves how he does have a new wife, getting married a couple weeks ago. Just the fact that he can introduce her as his wife, and she was a former college soccer player as well. He says he loves that she knows exactly what he is going through. Talks about how she is the more competitive of the two. They're playing a game, whether it be checkers or beanbags. She's going to be the one that's more aggressive, as we're going to have a booking and some pushing and shoving. Gallardo pushing Ofori. Still some pushing going on. Reader trying to calm things down, and does.
Your attention, please. The referee has assessed a yellow card for Atlanta United to number 55, Matias Gallardo.
So Matias Gallardo, the first booking of the game. See the swipe there, the leg by Gallardo. Ofori coming to the defense of his teammate, Estrella, who is the one that got the worst of that. Kicked in the shins. Even with that shin guard, it is never a comfortable feeling getting kicked there. Especially if you get that spot right between the shin guard and the top of the foot. Torres. Gallardo. Nice little hesitation to go, and then between the legs of Estrella. Fouls back and forth, but between both clubs, and Julian Hall will now be put into the book. Julian Hall pleading his case. We'll resume play as we now have 2 players into the books and about 2 minutes apart from one another. Julian Hall, the second player to get a yellow card. Gallardo was the first for Atlanta. This touch nearly by O'Connor, but Stokes coming off his line to scoop up the ball at the top of the area.
Number 16, Julian Hall, in the 40th minute.
Move again, Bento. Away from there now. Got it tight. Go.
O'Connor wearing the captain's armband for New York. Armis wearing the captain's armband for Atlanta this evening. Both draft picks in this year's MLS Super Draft. Armis 48th overall. O'Connor 12th overall out of Virginia. Rebels love to go direct. They'll skip over that midfield. Try to win those 50-50 balls and push up into the attacking third. Rosboro. Dembele. Dembele pushed over. Mosquera crossing, back post, and this is going to trickle in for an own goal. Disappointment for Atlanta United. Mosquera with a cross, not intended shot here. But Mosquera and New York Red Bulls, they will take it. Mistake on the back end. Self-inflicted wound for Atlanta. Outside back, Jacob Williams doing the right thing, trying to get over. Defend that back post, but unfortunately for him, plays it into the corner. That was one maybe where he could probably keep standing up rather than going to the ground. Maybe he's able to play it that way. Either way, trying to make a stop. Can't blame Jacob Williams. It's an own goal, and now Atlanta United here with just a couple minutes remaining before the break. Well, they give the ball away to Hall. Dembele lines it up. Torres in pursuit. Hall gets to it first. Hall will leave this behind. Very much looked like this game was going to go to break. All tied up at 1 apiece. First goal of the game, Tanner Rosboro in the 15th minute. Second goal by Kareem Tamimi for Atlanta. The cross in by Ofori, headed up! And then the third goal coming in the 43rd minute by way of own goal. Looks like Dembele is the player down. He's the player that just headed the ball over the crossbar for the Red Bulls. Might have landed awkwardly. Hands at half. We'll have highlights and stats from this match. We'll also have Michelle Montaigne talking with a pair of players from Philadelphia Union. You want to stick around for that interview. Of course, Michelle and Samara Perez do such a good job with the report as well as the coaches' corner and talking with different players and coaches throughout the season. Philadelphia Union right now on top of the standings in the Eastern Conference. Hall long range, and what a bullet! Julian Hall puts New York up 3-1 as he gets his second goal of the season. Two 16-year-olds have scored for the Red Bulls here tonight against Atlanta. Julian Hall from 21 yards out, a beautiful rocket right there from the youngster. Has scored with the first team this year and now twice with the second team. And now a 2-goal deficit for Atlanta. Nothing Ransom could do to stop that missile. Hall scored earlier this season against Inter Miami and now has a goal against Atlanta United and can also add in the goal against CF Montreal for the first team. Two goals for New York, just 2 minutes apart before we went to the locker room.
New York Red Bulls 2-3, Atlanta United 2-1.
9 times this season, New York Red Bulls have scored multiple goals in a game.
5 minutes of stoppage time in the first half.
5 minutes total of stoppage time here in the first half as well. Momentum in favor of the home side. You look at the starting attackers tonight. Julian Hall, 16 years old. Tanner Rosboro, 16 years old. Both contributing goals, back-to-back goals, back-to-back weeks with a goal for Rosboro. These two familiar with one another from the academy as well as here with the second team. Red Bulls came into the game 4th in scoring with 29 goals on the year. So now at 32 for the season. Sawada. DeBelli lost his footing. Carlton. Hesitation to go and one back by Steven Sawada. Afori. He will elude the pressure of Torres. Through ball, looking for a haul, and coming out is Ransom, able to cover the ball up, and now will slow things down. Ransom has had a good game tonight. Can't fault him for the last 2 goals that were scored by the Red Bulls. He had the own goal on the back post, and then Julian Hall just measuring it up and letting loose. No goalkeeper was going to make the save that Hall had. Tamimi. A couple different times here. Atlanta has also looked dangerous in this opening half of play. They very much could have had a second goal in this first half as well. Tamimi had numbers in the box, but elected to go near post instead of crossing it over, and was stopped by Stokes. Foul by Ofori. Armas dispossessing the ball by Sawada. Has Hall out to his left. Trailing is Rosboro as well as Estrella. Sawada into the path of Rosboro, but Armas back defensively. Mosquera. Mosquera to the end line. And a corner here for Atlanta, or excuse me, for New York. Second corner of the game for the Red Bulls. And for the big body of Aiden O'Connor, Gutierrez also up there for the Red Bulls. Another big body is Estrella. The service from Mosquera. He'll go short. Ofori into the mixer. It's intended for O'Connor, and this will be another corner for the Red Bulls. So back will go Mosquera. Last time they went short. Let's see if the Red Bulls do that again, or if this time they play it in the air. Outward swinging ball. Back post, knotted down and in! 4-1, Red Bulls lead at home. Juan Gutierrez gets on the score sheet. His second goal of the season, leads the team in headers, and this is why elevates and strikes and is rewarded. Three goals scored since the 43rd minute for New York Red Bulls. Now 8 minutes of play, and they have produced comfortable lead going into half for New York. New York opening it up here in the first 45 minutes of play. 33 goals now on the season for the Red Bulls as we will go to the break. break couldn't come soon enough for Atlanta United. Rosboro got things going in the 15th minute for New York, and then 3 more goals. He had the own goal, Hall providing, Gutierrez with the goal, Tamimi with the lone goal for Atlanta United. Our score at the half, New York 4, Atlanta United 1. Coming up, Michelle introduces us to a pair of Philadelphia Union 2 players after the break.
Messi! La pelota para que llegue. It's contact and a shot goal. Mamita querida, qué golazo! Magnifique frappe. Really, really sweet. Ahí está el centro. Gol. Maxi Mesa para pegarle. Maxi le pegó. Fuerza. Al frente. Servicio. El tiro. Con autoridad el centro. A la izquierda en las afueras del área. Le pega. Golazo. Amor al gol. Parte externa. Va a definir Chicho.
Vamos, dale pues, vamos allá, muévete más loco como solo tú lo sabes. Así es, pon la mano en la cabeza, sacúdete, 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 mira, sacúdete.
Michelle Montaigne recently got to meet a pair of players with Philadelphia Union 2, CJ Olney and David Vasquez.
What's up, guys? Today we're sitting down with CJ Olney out of Philadelphia Union 2. CJ, thank you for chatting with us.
Thank you for having me.
All right, now as a professional playing in MLS Next Pro, what did it feel like to play in your first pro match?
It was really cool, especially that I got to start in my first pro match, my first real pro match of the season, and I scored as well. So it was a really cool feeling. It was definitely different. It was way more physical, way faster, but I loved the challenge. It was great to get out there and have a good performance, even though we lost, but getting the first game out of the way, getting all the nerves out was really cool.
All right, you mentioned a couple of firsts there. You also signed your first MLS Next Pro official contract. What are the emotions that came with the signing?
Yeah, it was a dream come true. I mean, ever since I was 2, 3 years old, I've always loved soccer. It was always my goal to become a professional, looking up to the big guys. And it was just a really cool moment for me. It was a full circle moment for me and my family and all my friends. It was awesome.
You're one of the young stars, the one young up-and-coming names as part of this Philadelphia Union pipeline. What do you think makes you guys so successful from really bottom to top?
I think just our team chemistry, we all go to school together, we all hang out outside of the field together. It's just the vibe and the environment and the team. We're always together, even if we're not all training together, some are with the 17, some with the first team, whatever the case may be. Just our team chemistry and how we'll always fight for each other no matter what. I think that's what makes our group so special.
I just talked with your head coach, and he kind of mentioned the same thing, the amount of time that you guys spend together. Why do you like being kind of in that environment?
It feels like a family, like moving away from my actual home to come here. It feels like a home away from home, living in the residency house with 11 other boys, to go into school with all my teammates. It just feels much less of a team environment, more of like a family and more connected on and off the field, which makes it so much better.
Because I'm sure there are many memories from living in that environment. What are maybe one or two of your favorite from your time here with the club?
One or two from residency or from the school and like everyone?
You can choose.
Residency? There's too many to pick from, but just the nights when we all go into the basement together and we're all hanging out playing FIFA, playing Call of Duty and all that stuff, and just competing, playing games, having fun, just everyone together. It's really fun. Playing 2-touch outside almost every night, a lot of fun. And then obviously all the away games, going out with all your friends, going on walks, playing cards, cornhole, whatever it is at the hotel. It's just a lot of fun being able to bond with the team.
All right, now CJ, last one. I know you're still, building up the legacy, if you will, building up the career, but as you think about your future and what you hope to achieve, what is kind of the North Star for CJ Olney?
Obviously, you want to play in the biggest games possible, play in the World Cup, Champions League, all that stuff. I'd say that's my biggest goal, is to make it to the highest level possible and just continue to grow as a person and as a player at any level.
Well, we love watching it happen. So thank you so much, CJ. We appreciate the time.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Well, we're joining you today from the city of brotherly love. We have two guys who love each other like brothers. Now we're sitting down with David Vasquez. David, thank you for the time.
Thank you for having me.
The feeling of playing in your first MLS Next Pro match, how was it?
I mean, it was kind of unexpected for me. We played this one team. It was just kind of, they just told me, oh, we're gonna throw you on this flight, and if you play, you play. If not, then you could just go. So when they told me to warm up, it was just kind of my emotions kind of rised. And when they told me, oh, you're gonna come in, I was really stoked, and their fan base was incredible. Once I got in, they were chirping at me, but I loved it, and I thought I had a great performance. Although we lost, it was good to go out there and make the debut for the second team.
Being a homegrown player, getting to sign a homegrown contract, what are the emotions that came along with that milestone?
Well, I mean, it was a process. From the academy and all that, the emotions were high, especially when I got the homegrown. But now that I have it, it's a job now, and I'm trying to work my way up. First you get on that roster spot and hopefully get my debut as time goes by. So just kind of working towards that.
Your coach, when I talked to him, you were another name that he pointed out as one of the young up-and-comers who's making an impact for the club. How do you stand out when you have a club that's so full of young, rich talent?
Well, honestly, knowing how to play with the people around you. A lot of the guys, we play with them in the academy, so, like CJ said, we have that bond and that chemistry with them on the field. So just kind of, for me, just kind of playing free, playing my game, and just working with our young guys and our team around us, and just playing our game. I mean, everyone's gonna work for us. Everyone's gonna put in 100%. So if we all do it together, we can get the outcome that we want.
CJ mentioned how close you guys are, both on and off the pitch. Being in that environment within this club, what are maybe some of your favorite memories from the time you've spent there in Chester?
Well, there's a lot, but I probably would say, I kind of don't want to copy CJ here, but just going on away trips is a good one. But here in Chester, just trainings, and then just kind of after training, you just kind of do little shoot arounds, or let's see who has the best touch, and all that. As well as special birthdays, we tend to do. We get a bunch of water, we make a tunnel, and we just kind of throw a bucket of water at each other. So that's probably one of the better memories here. There's a lot to choose from, but those are the ones I could, think about on the top of my head.
I love it. Birthdays and trainings. Anyone who says trainings is definitely meant to be a soccer player. All right, David, as you think about your future and all that you hope to achieve, how do you feel like MLS Next Pro can help you achieve some of those goals?
Oh, well, no, MLS Next Pro is going to help me. The league is just like one step below the professional level. It's still professional level, but it's also people that are trying to reach that pro level. So they're going to give it all they got. So for me, it's just kind of like they're kind of pushing me to get to that next level. So it's just going out there and just working as best as I can.
We're excited to see you get to that next level, David. Thank you so much for the time.
Thank you for having me.
Vamos, dale pues, mamá ya, muévete más loco como solo tú lo sabes. Así es, pon las manos en la cabeza, sacúdete, sacúdete, mira, sacúdete.
All right, MLS store, I need something fresh and clean. Let's see what you got. I need that in my size. So I like this. Cream on cream. The fit is cold. I'm ice cream. You like that?
Messi! ¡De la pelota para que llegue! It's contact and a shot goal! ¡Mamita querida, qué golazo! Capitán! Magnifique frappe! Really sweet. Ahí está el centro. ¡Gol! Maxi Mesa para pegarle. Maxi le pegó. Fuerza. André. Servicio. El tiro. Con autoridad el centro. A la izquierda en las afueras del área le pega. ¡Golazo! Amor al gol. Parte externa va a definir Chicho.
Our score at half, New York Red Bulls 4, Atlanta United 1. As we take a look at the highlights from the first 45 minutes of play. New York Red Bulls at home getting off to a quick start. Tanner Rosboro on the pass from Dembele slots it in the left corner. His second goal this season, back-to-back weeks with a goal for Rosboro. But moments later, Tamimi and company would respond. Great pass in by Williams, finding Tamimi, who pokes it in to the right corner of the goal in the 27th minute. And then the unfortunate own goal. Mosquera playing this ball to the back post. Jacob Williams trying to defend, knocks it into his own goal for Atlanta United. And then Julian Hall, how about this? Just tees this shot up, blows it right by Ransom for the third goal of the game for New York Red Bulls. Hall with 2 goals on the season. And then right before the break, a beautiful header off the corner from Juan Gutierrez as he would get the 4th goal assist from Mosquera. As we take a look here at the opening and half stats, Atlanta United controlling the ball. They also do have 4 shots on target to New York Red Bulls 5. Good back and forth game between these two sides. We had 2 yellow cards in total. Matias Gallardo for Atlanta with the yellow card. Julian Hall with the yellow card for the Red Bulls. Schedule around MLS Next Pro. Things began on Wednesday with North Texas, a dominant win over Minnesota United. The town continues to surprise as they took down the Rapids. Austin FC, the defending champs, with a win over the Real Monarchs. Last night, New England Revolution falling to Philadelphia Union at home. Philadelphia Union in the top spot in the Eastern Conference Chicago Fire in kicks would take down Inter Miami Whitecaps. How about what they're doing right now? 7 wins in a row. And MLS Next Pro right back to it on Wednesday. Revolution 2 hosting Huntsville City. Chicago Fire taking on Toronto. Moments away here from opening kick in the second half from MSU Soccer Park in Montclair, New Jersey. New York Red Bulls looking for their second home win of the season. Atlanta United gathering themselves at the break. We'll see what Steve Cook's company does here to start out this second half as they look to respond. 3 goals in the span of 8 minutes for New York Red Bulls to close out that first half of play. 33 goals now on the season for the Red Bulls. Ransom getting his second straight start, plays it back for Atlanta. Gallardo.
Substitution for Atlanta United 2. Entering the match, number 38, Ethan Dudley.
And we will have a sub for Atlanta. Ramsey Kwasmi will be off for the remainder as he works his way back from injury. We knew he was going to play about 45 minutes, so he will head off the pitch. Ethan Dudley will come in. Ethan Dudley making his 6th appearance of the season, spent last year with Crown Legacy as well as Union Omaha and USL League One play for their playoff run. Dudley, another older player for Atlanta, 24 years old, as we'll have an opportunity here for Atlanta on a free kick. Great way to manufacture a goal to begin the second half of play for the Five Stripes. Armas will set up with the right foot. The service to the spot. Tamimi to the right, near post. Stokes knocks it out of play in a corner for Atlanta. Atlanta, one of the top corner-taking teams in MLS Next Pro. Once again, Tamimi going to the near post on a sharp angle. 83rd corner of the year for Atlanta. We saw a goal right before half for New York coming from this corner. The service. Gallardo, bring it to his left foot. Gallardo! Great look there from the Argentine. Was able to pick his spot out. Shot going wide of the frame. Gallardo does a smart job just taking this off his left, won that back post. Now pass intercepted by Armas. Armas, one of the leaders, talked to him about his leadership role. Talked about how he feels he's a natural leader. Well, he's good at helping people, tries to help them in different areas. Something that he's really trying to do here with Atlanta United too. Steve Cook also talked about him as well as Noble Okello and their leadership roles. Both young players themselves. You look at Noble Okello, he has MLS experience with Toronto, playing 19 games for Toronto. He also has 2 caps with Canada. Noble Okello, you really look at his career. If it wasn't for a knee injury, you wonder if he might be up at that top level as he really tries to get back to his old form. But Noble Okello as well as Armas, Steve Cook saying both top-class human beings. Good players, great character. And that's what you want on your side. Moore sends it up, was looking to connect with Williams. Nice ball forward. Opportunity once again for Mosquera. Mosquera able to keep his footing. And a corner coming for the Red Bulls. It's a great job there by Centeno, the 22-year-old, getting back. Centeno signed to the first team for Atlanta United. Made that difficult enough for Mosquera. Now the fourth corner of the game for the Red Bulls. Mosquera connecting with Juan Gutierrez on the last corner. Another outward swinging ball coming. Mosquera. Gutierrez was knocked off the ball, but that was the intended target once again for New York. Carlton. Sent forward. John Ransom getting a second straight start. Look at some of the other goalkeepers that have started this season for this two side. For Atlanta, Josh Cohen has made 3 starts. You also have John Berner, who's made 4 starts. Of course, Brad Guzan, the starter for the first team. He's 39 years old. So you have to wonder, for this Atlanta side, played right into the path of Dembele. Dembele with the left, and stopped by Ransom. But you have to wonder, who's going to be the next keeper in line for that first team? Could it be Josh Cohen, who's 32 years old, as Dembele gets this with his left, but right at Ransom. Cohen does have a couple clean sheets on the season for Atlanta United too. Could it be 19th overall pick Jaden Hibbert, who's currently on loan with Birmingham Legion and the USL Championship? And then you also have this John Ransom, 16 years old. They really think he could be a phenomenal player moving forward. Could he be the next goalkeeper? You look at terms of a teenager, a player like Gavin Beavers of Real Salt Lake, or maybe Andrew Rick of Philadelphia Union. Both those two players in their teenage years still. You go back, of course, to one of the best ever to do it in MLS as well as on the European stage in terms of American goalkeepers, Tim Howard. He made his debut as an 18-year-old for the New York Red Bulls. Great pathway from Next Pro leading up to MLS. Torres. Torres will be part of the MLS Next All-Star Game on July 23rd in Columbus, Ohio. Williams, back post, overcooks it. Steven Trilla of FC Cincinnati will be involved in that. Kevin Sullivan of Philadelphia. Tyson Pierce of St. Louis City, too, also will be involved. Dembele out wide. Mosquera has numbers ahead. Elects to go to Hall. Hall. Create a little space, near post. Serrata. Back post ball punched away by Ransom. Kept alive by Estrella as he works his way into the corner. Estrella, let's see, did that hit off Torres? Yes, it did, and it'll be a corner for New York. New York continue to be dangerous in the attacking third tonight. Another opportunity for Mosquera. I believe that was Mosquera's first assist of the season on the corner at the end of the first half. Left-footed ball. Delivery. Headed up by the man that subbed on at the break, and Ethan Dudley. Afori has a little wiggle room. Afori with a cross. Was looking for O'Connor. Off the volley is Gutierrez. Blocked aside. Berkeley. Serrata. Numbers still ahead for New York as this is chipped over, but missed touch right there by Mosquera. Poor giveaway from Atlanta. That's a shot that Hall would like to have back. See the poor giveaway, Dembele. Nice ball into Hall. well off target. Rosboro, who has the opening goal. Estrella turns aside. Estrella pushing up. Serrata wanted to give and go. O'Connor. Estrella. Long distance, deflected and stopped by Ransom. When Ransom's been able to see the shots, he's been very good at getting on top of the ball. Own goal, you can't blame him for that one. Julian Hall, that one was going to be tough for anyone to stop. Maybe make an argument on the Gutierrez goal that he should have come out and punched the ball. But at 16 years old, he has plenty of room to grow. But you can't be upset with his performance so far. Looks like we'll have a substitution here. Torres is going to come off the field for Atlanta.
Substitution entering the match number 48, Cooper Sanchez. Exiting the match number 23, Aiden Torres.
And now making his way on will be Cooper Sanchez. So Cooper Sanchez, the 16-year-old on. Second sub of the game now for Atlanta United. Sanchez signing a contract on Tuesday. Earlier became the youngest player in Atlanta United history to debut at the age of 15. This portion of the match is brought to you by Hackensack Meridian Health. And here is Sanchez. Good body position right there from the 16-year-old. Sanchez made his debut back in March and signed the contract on Tuesday. Now on the road trip here with the second team. Williams, Carlton. Carlton, one of the most technically gifted players on this Atlanta side. And this will be a goal kick. Talking to Steve Cook about some of their players with that great technical ability. Mentioned Carlton, Javier Armas as well, but Nobo Okello might be the biggest surprise, he said. Look at Nobo Okello. It's kind of surprising he doesn't get a notice because of how tall he is at 6'5", very much like Patrick Vieira. Another guy that he mentioned that was very unorthodox in his look as this is played up to Dembele. Dembele! Stopped by Ransom. Mosquera. Once again, another solid stop by Ransom, this time on Dembele. Dembele probably would have liked to get that shot attempt to one of the corners, shot it right at the keeper. Dembele. Serrata. Serrata, a little step over, back heel, Berkeley. Estrella going right down the spine, out wide. Lafori. Good challenge by Centeno going to the ground, corner for New York.
Go now, Coops in there now. Coops in the front zone. Out. That was perfect. Out. Out. Same again, son.
Sixth corner of the game for the Red Bulls.
Eric, if he plays that one, just stay. If he plays
Mosquera once again taking the corner for New York.
Put the pass lane on. Attack it early, Tanner. Go down, that's fine. Out there.
Numbers in the area. Mosquera. O'Connor. Rosboro able to track the ball down for the Red Bulls. Gallardo over to defend. Berkeley. Rosboro plays it in the near post. O'Connor's claiming corner, and this will be a goal kick for Atlanta United. No, they are gonna say corner. So another opportunity now for New York. Inward swinging ball. Head away by Okello, but not out. Tamimi able to send away past the 18. Estrella thought about saying back to the mixer, he'll recycle. Atlanta United tonight without Luke Brennan as well as Matt Edwards. Edwards making his MLS debut in the loss last night against Real Salt Lake. Hall striding up to the end line. The cross sent out by Williams. Seventh corner of the game for the Red Bulls. Earlier this year, Atlanta United had 15 corners against Carolina Core. Right now, New York halfway to that mark. About 30% of goals come from set pieces. New York already with one of those tonight. Headed away by Okello. Only as far as Ofori. Sends it back into the mixer. Nice ball in. And over the head of Estrella. Two players down. Looked like it was Gutierrez for New York. Nice ball in. Williams getting hit from behind and then getting hit on the backside of Estrella. He got the worst of that. Hopefully both players all right as training staff is on. Taking a look at each respective player. Juan Gutierrez scored in stoppage time for the Red Bulls to give them their fourth goal of the game. Williams does have an assist in tonight's game on the Tamimi goal. Also has the unfortunate own goal for Atlanta. Mentioned Matt Edwards away with the first team as well as Luke Brennan. How about Omar Valencia, the only MLS Next Pro player in Copa America? Valencia representing Panama actually played last night in the loss against Colombia. Came on as a sub in the 82nd minute for Panama. Valencia mainstay for the Red Bulls this year. Started in 11 games for New York. Both players up for each side. And also look at Copa America play. Canada, of course, taking on Argentina on Tuesday. You want to look at some MLS Next Pro alumni in that game. Jason Russell-Rowe, MLS Next Pro MVP in 2022, also winning a championship in the inaugural year with Columbus Crew 2. He's part of Canada. Kyle Hebert of St. Louis, Tanya Oluwayasu of Minnesota, and Ali Ahmed of Vancouver. 14 players in total coming from MLS teams, as we'll have another sub. Off will go Williams.
Your attention, please. Substitution in the 64th
and on
entering the match
will come Dominic Shenqui.
Exiting the match, number 75, Jacob Williams.
So Dominic Shenqui will come on, and Williams, the player that was injured, will go off. But going back to Copa America in Canada, Alphonso Davies, he grew up in the Vancouver Whitecaps system. Now, of course, playing overseas in Europe. Center back Moises Bombito of Colorado Rapids involved. He's started every match so far. And how about the coach, Jesse Marsh, originally from Wisconsin, well, now coaching Canada. But he began his career playing in MLS and then coaching Montreal Impact before moving on to New York Red Bulls, where he would be Coach of the Year. He would also help win a Supporters Shield for New York. He was the Red Bulls coach from 2015 to 2018 before, of course, he made his way overseas to Germany as well as England in the Premier League with Leeds. But what a job he has done for Canada. This portion of the match is brought to you by Tri-State Audi Dealers. Three subs now in total for Atlanta. Ethan Dudley. We also had Dominic Shanqui that just came on, and Cooper Sanchez earlier in this half. Okello. Armas will get on the return. Into Okello. Okello, big body at 6'5". Steve Cook talking about how he's very similar to Patrick Vieira. Big midfielder, and when he gets going, he has those long legs that can stride forward. Does a great job using his body, shield away defenders. Chance here maybe for Atlanta. Played out wide. Over is Euphoria defensively. Centeno. Sanchez. Over Okello. Shanqui. Shanqui crossing. Repelled away by O'Connor. Okello will lead this for Shanqui. Atlanta looking to get one back, try to cut the lead to half. Calling for the ball and receive it is Sanchez. Sanchez, two players on his backside, and O'Connor and Mosquera. This would be a throw for Atlanta even. Sanchez was walking away. Gallardo. Atlanta will take it. See what they can make of it. Nice little scoop hatch from Okello for Gallardo. Gallardo had a nice shot back in the first half that went wide of the frame. More. Carlton. Praise from Steve Cook about Alan Carlton getting more experience in his second season with his second team. Talking about how one of the better young players in the academy, has good understanding, good technical quality as well, but very hard-nosed, good defensively, and provides assists. Fun kid to be around, trying to get most of his ability. It really feels like he's in a good spot moving forward. The teenagers trying to continue to develop, and then you have the older players like Armas as well as Okello. You can add Tamimi to that list, trying to make their way to the first team as well. But plenty of experience for Tamimi as well as Okello. Armas in his first season after being drafted 48th overall out of Oregon State. Carlton to midfield. Okello. Red Bulls, 13 different scorers on the season. No new goal scorers tonight. Shankui trying to get by Berkeley. Carlton at the top of the area. Carlton bending. Nice ball over by Shankui. Carlton gets the shot off as it's deflected away. In the corner now for Atlanta. Fourth corner of the game for Atlanta. Lofted ball. Carlton. Strohado will simply send this away for New York. Ahead is Dembele. Headed over by Centeno. Armas plays it high into the sky. Armas loses his footing. Dembele plays it over Rosboro, looking for a brace. Rosboro off the crossbar! Dembele! Rosboro with a near brace. Dembele with a chance, deflected. How about this shot by Rosboro? Gets it by the keeper, Ransom. Dembele's ball is deflected out for Red Bull's corner. Ninth corner of the game for the Red Bulls. Toscara near post. Gets by everyone. Estrella able to track it down for New York. A little under 20 minutes remains as New York looks for just their second win at home. You look at the playoff teams in both conferences. No team with fewer than 3 wins other than this Red Bull side at home. Much better team on the road with the 5 wins that they have. Berkeley. Just 1 goal allowed tonight by the Red Bulls. That matches their total that they allowed last year with 36. Third fewest goals allowed last year. Most so far this season allowed in MLS Next Pro. If they can get that side of the ball fixed, they are going to be a dangerous team moving forward. They've shown last year that they can defend. Now it just needs to transition over here to 2024. O'Connor all the way back to Stokes. This portion of the match is brought to you by a hospital for special surgery. And tonight for the Red Bulls, they'll move up to 5th in the standings. Now put level on points with Crown Legacy. Both teams would have 26. Top team in the Eastern Conference, Philadelphia. In 2nd is FC Cincinnati. FC Cincinnati right now tied 1 apiece with NYCFC. FC Cincinnati looking for their 5th straight win. Hottest team right now, though, is Vancouver Whitecaps in the Western Conference, have won 7 in a row. Vancouver didn't win their 2nd game until the middle of May, and then have now just lit MLS Next Pro up with a 7 straight, as we'll have another substitution coming.
Your attention, please. Substitutions for your New York Red Bulls 2. Entering the match, number 82, Ibrahim Kasule.
Ibrahim Kasule will now come in for Malik Dembele. Juan Mina will also come onto the field.
Juan Mina. Exiting the match, number 45, Copeland Berkeley.
And Juan Mina will replace Copeland Berkeley. Off goes Malik Dembele. Malik Dembele, another serviceable game for the Red Bulls. 3 straight games with an assist for Dembele. Mosquera crossing at Rosboro at the top of the 6-yard box. Also had Kasule in there, who just subbed on. Dembele second on the team in scoring behind Rold Mitchell, who leads the way with 8. He's out with an injury. Hasn't played since April 18th when he scored 4 goals in the first half against Chicago. Red Bulls currently in the 2nd game of a 3-game homestand. Up next for the Red Bulls, they will host Orlando. That game won't be until July 21st. Meanwhile, for Atlanta, they will return home, ending this 3-game road trip. They will host Columbus on Sunday. That game will kick at 7:30 p.m. Eastern. Afori. Sawada. Kasule out wide, Mina, the 2 subs. Sawada for Estrella. Estrella was looking for Kasule. He might have just been dummy balling that. Kasule last year led the team with 15 goals on the year. That tied a club record. Seeing time now with the Uganda national team. Slip ball through, looking for Mina. But Kasule was away with Uganda in June, trying to help his country qualify for the 2026 FIFA World Cup. Came on as a sub in the loss against Algeria. Last year for Kasule, he scored in 7 straight games. Rosboro, he scored in 2 straight now for the Red Bulls. On the other side, you have Tamimi, who scored in 3 straight for Atlanta. Hall a goal scorer as he's tripped up. Just have 2 bookings so far in this game. Bookings going to Matias Gallardo of Atlanta and Julian Hall for New York. Hall was the player that was just tripped up. Carlton flying up the field for Atlanta as he's knocked over from behind by Mina, and this will be a professional foul as Mina will be put in the books.
Your attention, please. A yellow card has been assessed to New York Red Bulls to number 20, Juan Mina.
No doubt about this one from Juan Mina. Clear grab of the shoulder on Carlton. Carlton doing a good job getting body position there as he wanted to go inside. And we'll have a hydration break here for both these sides. Red Bulls controlling this match 4-1. All goals coming in the first half for both sides. Tanner Rosboro began the scoring in the 15th minute. Kareem Tamimi of Atlanta would score in the 27th. Then you'd have the own goal by Williams in the 43rd minute for Atlanta. Julian Hall would respond in the 45th minute. And then off the corner, Juan Gutierrez getting his second goal of the season, coming in stoppage time of the opening half. Other action right now around MLS Next Pro. Carolina Core leading Orlando by a score of 2-1. FC Cincinnati and New York City FC, that one knotted up at 1 apiece. Both teams coming out to the field. Gonna have a sub here coming on for Atlanta as well. Stephen Herlock will come on, and exiting will be Matias Gallardo. Herlock will make his 6th appearance of the season. The 17-year-old is already committed to the University of Virginia, as he'll come on to close out this game. Armas to play the ball in. Nice driven ball, but O'Connor able to get to it for New York. Carlton. The cross stabbed away by Solana, and a corner here for Atlanta. Opportunity now for Atlanta here. 9 minutes remains. Try and get one back. The service. Carlton able to track the ball down for Atlanta. Plays it towards the circle. Armas controlling possession. Nice job there by Armas. Controlling that ball. Played in. Stabbed aside by O'Connor. Another corner opportunity for Armas and company. Outward swinging ball. Near post. Centeno. Shanqui. Looping ball. Atlanta here racking up the corners. They'll go short this time. The service into the area. Headed up by O'Connor. That pass intended for Okello. He unable to get his head to it. Kasule. Some former MLS Next Pro players making a difference for their first teams. How about Oliver Larraz of Colorado? Scoring his first MLS goal against Sporting Kansas City. Chris Donovan and Jack McGlynn contributing for Philadelphia Union. Benjamin Kramaski had a game-winning goal for Inter Miami against Charlotte on Wednesday. Patrick Ajimong scoring the loss for Charlotte. He has 6 goals on the year for Charlotte, as we'll have a pair of subs. Frank Sebufu will come in.
Following substitutions for your New York Red Bulls 2. Coming in the 84th minute. Entering the match, number 77, Adri Mametti.
Adred Mametti also coming in.
Exiting the match, number 91, Bento Estrella. Also entering the match, number
Tanner Rosboro will head off.
Sebufu.
Frank Sebufu will come on
Match,
for
number
Rosboro.
66, Tanner Rosboro.
And then Mametti coming in for Estrella. Hard to believe that we're just past the midway point now here in MLS Next Pro. Midseason awards, Kareem Habibullah of Sporting Kansas City. Midseason MVP last year was Nick Firmino of this New York Red Bulls side, or excuse me, of this Atlanta side. Goalkeeper for the midseason awards, Michael Collodi of North Texas, Rising Star Mekhi Jones of St. Louis City, too. Team of the month, team of the midseason, Philadelphia Union, too, as they sit atop of the Eastern Conference standings. Coach so far here at the midseason, Tyrone Marshall of FC Cincinnati. Hall looking for a brace. Hall, the 16-year-old, denied by Ransom. Another solid save. Ransom, when he's been able to get good position, he's been able to make the stops. Bright future for the goalkeeper of Atlanta, stopping one of the kids that has a bright future for the Red Bulls. I don't know if that hits off the hip there, Ransom, or if he does get a piece of it with his hand. Either way, he'll take the save. Keeps the game at 4-1. Mamedi, who just subbed on, will take the corner now. Mosquera's still in the game, who's been taking the corners. He's at the top of the area, tying his shoe. Inward swinging ball. No one on the backside for the Red Bulls. Red Bulls looking for their second win at home on the season. It'll be their 7th win of the year. They move up to 6th in the standings. 26 points on the year. Atlanta is going to fall in this game. They still have 3 games in hand to move up in the standings. Top 8 teams this year make the playoffs in MLS Next Pro. Of course, they choose your opponent. Still in play. Mosquera has numbers for Sebufu. Sebufu cuts it back from long range. Oh, top corner, Mosquera! Mosquera makes it 5-1, New York. Second goal of the season for Rafael Mosquera. Sebufu just cutting this back, goes by Mina, and Mosquera just tees this up, flies right by Ransom, and New York Red Bulls have run away with this game tonight in Montclair. Mosquera had the assist on the Gutierrez goal. Now he has a goal to his name. Look at both Mosquera and Rosboro, a goal and an assist here tonight for the Red Bulls. Rosboro with the assist credited on the Julian Hall goal. Mosquera with the assist on the Gutierrez goal, and now an assist from Frank Sebufu for Mosquera. And how about that? You get the goal, you get a nice round of applause as Mosquera's night is over, and Aiden Jarvis will come on to finish this game for New York. Jarvis will make his 13th appearance of the season.
Red Bulls 2, goal! Scored in the 79, Rafael Mosquera.
Dominant performance here for the Red Bulls at home.
New York Red Bulls 2-5.
Red Bulls looking to maybe add to their total as well. Hall with a chip pass into Kasule. Kasule loses possession.
Substitution for your New York Red Bulls 2 in the 89th minute. Entering the match, number 44, Jarvis. Entering the match, number 79, Rafael Mosquera.
Looks like we'll have one final substitution as Curtis Ofori will head off for the Red Bulls. And Dos Santos will come on. So Matthew Dos Santos will come on, and he'll be the last sub for the Red Bulls. We'll have 6 minutes of stoppage time added on to this game as well.
Entering the match, number 66, Tanner Rosboro.
34 goals now scored on the season for the Red Bulls. Mina, Jarvis sizes it up. We'll go back to Gutierrez. Jarvis headed away. Gutierrez curling off the crossbar. Beautiful ball in. Gutierrez with a great look. Nearly got it in the top right corner, upper 90.
Your attention, please. The fourth official on the side has indicated there will be a minimum of 6 minutes.
Ninth time this season, Red Bulls have scored multiple goals in a game. You look to the close of the first half. Red Bulls scoring 3 goals in the span of 8 minutes. Five goals. It's the second time the Red Bulls have done that this year. They also did it in a draw against Chicago back in April. Second time this season, Atlanta has allowed 5 goals. They also allowed 5 to Philadelphia. That one also back in Atlanta, or back in April. Up next for the Red Bulls, they don't play again until July 21st at home. They'll host Orlando at 7 p.m. Eastern. Atlanta up next for them. They will host Columbus. That will be at 7:30 p.m. on Sunday. Kasule. Seybouf with long range, slicing out. Atlanta had opportunities. Just couldn't get anything by Aiden Stokes here this evening other than the lone goal from Kareem Tamimi. Played out by Gutierrez. This might be that win for the Red Bulls that gets things going at home. Just their second win at home of the season. They have 5 wins on the road. One of the top teams away on the season. .34 goals scored now on the year as well for New York. Ball played in. Shankwi off the volley, gets one back. Dominic Shankwi with his first goal of the season for Atlanta in the dying moments. Right into the path of Shankwi. Gets it by Stokes. Second goal of the game for Atlanta. 5-2 is our score. Still have to love the fight of Atlanta United 2, playing till the end, playing till that final whistle, not giving in. Jarvis in the circle. Mina. Across for Hall, and Hall has a brace! Red Bull 6, Atlanta 2. Julian Hall adds to his goal total. He has 3 on the season. Hall just stabs it in, gets it by Ransom. Well, he scored for the first team earlier this year against CF Montreal, and now with a brace here for the second team. The attackers tonight had a game for New York. Julian Hall with 2 goals, Tanner Rosboro also with a goal. The 2 starters getting it done for Ibrahim Zakai's club. Once again, the Red Bulls producing goals in stoppage time.
His second of the game scored in the 6th minute of stoppage time.
This ball sent up the field. Atlanta trying to get one more back before Marie Durr blows her final whistle.
New York Red Bulls 2, 6. Atlanta United 2.
Mosquera's goal coming in the 88th minute, so right before stoppage time. And then Julian Hall getting one in stoppage time. His second goal of the game. Back-to-back weeks with a goal for Tanner Rosboro. He would come off as a sub. Frank Sebuvu would come on. And there is the final whistle from Marie Durr as New York Red Bulls 2 get the win 6-2. The most goals that they have scored in a game this season. Unfortunately for Atlanta, it's the most goals they've allowed in a game this year. A dominant performance for New York Red Bulls here tonight at MSU Soccer Park. Well, you have numerous players that you could pick for tonight's man of the match. But you have to know who it's going to in this one. When you get 2 goals in a game, and the 2 goals that were scored, it was impressive for Julian Hall. Julian Hall is tonight's man of the match, and our man of the match is presented to you by Adidas. Julian Hall for the New York Red Bulls. How about this goal that he had in the first half? Just a rocket right by Ransom. It was a beautiful strike for Julian Hall, and then in closing seconds of stoppage time, just gets his right foot to it for his brace. Julian Hall would help his club get the win here at home. It was a thing of beauty. If you're a Red Bulls fan, for Atlanta United, a disappointing performance on the road for our entire MLS Next Pro broadcast crew. I'm Josh Toll. Once again, our final score is New York 6, Atlanta United 2. Don't forget you can watch MLS Next Pro all season long at MLS Season Pass on Apple TV and MLSNextPro.com. Thank you and good night.
This copyrighted broadcast of Major League Soccer may not be retransmitted, reproduced, or rebroadcast without the express written consent of Major League Soccer.